Hello, and welcome to the Subby Zone with your host, Phil Subby, me. This is episode 9, factoring a polynomial using synthetic division and finding zeros. So we're going to use synthetic division again, but we're going to go a couple steps further. We used synthetic division last week, and this will kind of more explain what's going on with synthetic division and what you can do with it. Okay. Right, so we're going to factor f of x equals 2x cubed plus 11x squared plus 18x plus 9, given that a function of negative 3 is equal to 0. A function of negative 3 means when x is negative 3, all of this is going to equal 0, which is one of our zeros, right? And a 0 just means, on the graph, it doesn't just mean, but on the graph, that is when, if you see on the graph, it'll probably be like that. And these right here, where y equals 0, are zeros. Okay? That's just that. It's just a visual. Now, x plus 3 is a factor then. What I mean by factor is you can take an x plus 3 out of all of this, and it'll come up to whole numbers. And that is because x minus negative k is a factor, right? And negative 3 is a negative 3 turns this to positive, right? So x plus 3 and is a factor, right? And then negative 3 is a 0. And this will make more sense after we go through the synthetic division of all of this, right? So again, we'll start out with the synthetic division. I've said that many times: synthetic division, synthetic division, synthetic division, synthetic division, synthetic division, synthetic division, synthetic division. All right. So first we get the negative 3. So what we're going to do is we know this is a factor. We know when we use this synthetic division, that it's all going to come out to 0. There will be no remainder, and this will give us another factor. Right? It'll give us another factor that we can, what this will, like, remember I said I could take an x plus 3 out of this, that x plus 3? We can take that out of it and multiply it into this. We're going to get what that multiplication is, whatever this all is, dot, dot, dot. And that will, to turn it into this when we do synthetic division, synthetic division, synthetic division. All right, so we got 2x cubed, right? So the first thing we're going to do is write that 2 down, right, for the 2x cubed. And then we got the 11, right here. And then we got 18. And then we got 9, okay? Standard form, right? Highest exponent to lowest. We'll do that right in order. So the first step, bring down that 2, right? Okay? And then what do we do next? We multiply these two, right? 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. And then we add these up, which is a 5. 11 minus 6 is 5. 5 times negative 3 would be negative 15. We add these up. And this becomes 3, right? And then 3 times negative 3, drum roll. Don't do a drum roll. Don't do a drum roll. Is negative 9. Okay, and this becomes 0. I told you it'd be a 0. I told you it'd be a 0. I told you it'd be a 0. And then so, what does this become? Remember, we go 1 below that first one, right? So this is going to be 2x squared. This is going to be 1 below, right? That would be 5x, 1 below that exponent, right? Exponent minus 1, we might say. This will be exponent minus 1. We'll get rid of that x, so it's just plus 3. And there we go, and there's no remainder, so get that out of there. Get it out of there. Get it out. Get it out. Alright, and there is this. So, it's going to look something like that. And then you might say, well, we're done. Okay, see you later. Bye. But we're not. Sorry, I've been hearing a lot lately. I've been hearing a lot of things lately, and it's pretty terrifying. So, a little update before we move on. A little update from last week is I was very confused about who was real and everything like that, and it led to some outbursts. I definitely was creeping people out, and I was kicked out or asked to leave from my apartment, and I couldn't afford living in the place that I was living, so I ended up dropping out of school and quitting my substitute position. You know, and I quit, and now I'm out of school. I have no job, and I got to move in with um, my family. Um, 29 years old, and that's what I got going for me. Um, and I got to tell you what, I don't think I'm mentally capable to handle what's happening. It feels like something big got dropped on my head, or my stomach feels um, like I ate a cinder block. There's like a cinder block in my stomach is what it feels like. But it's all my fault, all of it. And I think this is just a test. And what I think has happened is I think I have fully sacrificed myself for these people that were out to get me. And I think I've satisfied them, and I will be able to move on because I was able to do what they wanted, which was sacrifice myself. Okay. Um, now, now let's break this down. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. So let's go to 2x squared. So we have a 0 already, right? We know this is -3, right? Because x plus 3 equals 0, and -3, those cancel out, x equals -3, right? But now we got to find these ones. So what we're going to do is factor. Now what we have is 3, right? We got to have a number, factors of 3, right? Because we got to find that factor right there that um, that equal up to 5, right? Factors of 3 that equal up to 5. However, because this is at 2x squared, we know we're going to have to multiply it by 2. We'll have to multiply the factor by 2, and we know that 2x squared only has two factors, 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the 2x first. It doesn't really matter. You can do either way, but I'd rather put the 2x first because it's already first and might as well keep it like that. So what we got to do is find this one, right? And then this is going to be x. And again, 2x times x would be 2x squared, right? And then so 2x, we're going to find this, right? And so we got to have the factor of 3, right? And then whatever factors we get, it's going to be multiplied by 2, and it's going to be multiplied by 1, and then we're going to add them up, right? Okay, so the first factor will be 3 and 1. Now, 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 1 is 3, those add up to 5, right? 3 plus 2 equals 5, and that's what we need, right? That equals 5x. Just as an example, I'll go to the next one, the 1 and 3. 1 times 1 is 1, right? And then 2 times 3 is 6. Add those up, and that would be 7x. And that's too much, right? So the 3 and the 1 work. So we're going to do a plus 3 and then a plus 1, okay? And now we can move on, right? And now we have these, right? So now we got to find our zeros. So what we do is put 2x plus 3 equals 0, and then we minus 3 both sides to isolate the x, and then 2x -3, and then we divide by 2, and I can't do this anymore. Please make it stop. Do anything to make it stop. Do anything. Do anything. Just make it stop. Do anything. Do anything. Alright. And then so we got 2 divided by 2, and then this would be x equals -3/2. Okay, so that's another 0 we got. That's another 0. Let me circle that. Because you know what? When your math teachers get it, they're doing a lot of work, they're doing it quick, and they got stuff to do. Make it easy on them, okay? And then maybe they'll go easier on you, okay? And then this one's easy. X, you got -1, right? And this would be x equals -1. Okay, now I like to put it in ascending order for x's, for our zeros. All right, so x equals ascending order means going from least to, I guess that's what I'm doing, right? I'm in the least part of my life, right? I'm at the -3 of my life. Okay, -3/2 should be coming up soon, right? Because it's got to get better from here, right? Get a little bit better. That's -1.5. And then eventually, after a lot of years of therapy and drugs and work and volunteer work and exercise and love and all of that, I'll get up to all the way to a -1 because that is all there is. There's no things out there for me. It'll never be positive. I'll always be stuck in this mind. I can't escape. And they're just gonna keep watching, keep coming at me, but I can save it. I can save the world. I can. I know I can. I love you. I love all of you. All right. All right. I think that's it for a while.